Hello everyone, welcome to the Engineering Projects YouTube channel. In this video tutorial, I will guide you how you can add a database in your C# application. So go to your project, right click here and click on add new item, and then click on data, and there are all of these are the databases which you can use, and we will be used local database for our project, and name is add TEP. Now the local database is created. Okay, let it go. Now your local database is created. You can create table by clicking here, right click here and name the table as student, and we have the student and the column name as the ID and then the name of student. The ID is as numeric int, length is 4, and here is name varchar, allow nullables, unique, no, primary key, yes, and make the roll number ID as a primary key, and then click OK. Your first table is created. Now you can add or insert data by query or by direct dynamically. Like here I will say 1 1 1 2 and 1 2 3 as Junaid, Ali, Hamza, and the table with these values are created in this database. In my next video tutorial, I will guide you how you can make sure that your database is connected or not with your C# application. If you have any kind of question, you can ask us, and don't forget to subscribe our YouTube channel. Take care. Hello everyone, welcome to the Engineering Projects YouTube channel. In this video tutorial, we will discuss that how to make sure that SQL or database is connected with C# application. First of all, you have to add the reference of SQL database. Going to here, add reference and search for SQL, and make sure this property is checked and click OK. Then add this library, and now we will going to code the SQL connection of the SQL connection. So first of all, you have to need a string and con string. I have taken a string which name is con string, which will use to store the path of database, is equal. If you will click here, you will see here is the connection string, and this is the path of the database which we are using. Make sure you have enclosed this path in double quotation and double this slashes, and change the double quotation into the single quotation, and cover the whole in double quotation. Now we will take SQL connection and make its object as CNN, and CNN is equal new SQL connection, and pass the con string. And we have passed the con string. Now the database is activated. To check that, we will use try catch method. Try and catch. Here I will say that if the connection is open, then show the message. For that I will use CNN connection dot open. If yes, then message box dot show connection is active, and use the exception parameter here as exception ex and message box dot show ex dot to string, and here we have done. So when I will click this button, it will execute the whole code, and if the connection is connected, if the database is connected with this app, or the database is accessible for us, then it will show the message that database is connected, else not show the exception or the errors. So it say that connection is active. So in this video tutorial we have make sure that how to check the database is activated or not. In my next video tutorial we will discuss more about database with C# programming language. Take care, bye bye. Hello everyone, welcome to the Engineering Projects YouTube channel. In this video tutorial I will guide you how you can insert the value through C# form into your database. So in my previous video tutorial I have already discussed how to check that your database is activated or not. So our database is fully activated. Let's create a command and then execute that command to insert the value in SQL database. First of all, we will create SQL command and name as CS. Now create a string name as SQL, which have our basic command to insert the value as insert into student, which is the name of the table, and column as ID, name, and values for these are in single quotation 888, comma, name as TEP value. And now when the connection will open, we will say that command is equal new SQL command, pass the SQL comma connection and execute this, then dispose this, and we have done. Here is our database, and you can see there is no value which is matching like this. Now execute the code, and I have clicked the button, connection is activated and the values are inserted. Close this, go to database, refresh that, come here and show the table, and you can see that here is the ID is inserted and here is the name is inserted. By this you can create a larger database and insert the value in that. I hope this video tutorial is informative for you. If you have any kind of question, you can ask us, and don't forget to subscribe our YouTube channel. Take care. Hello everyone, welcome to the Engineering Projects YouTube channel. In this video tutorial I will guide you how you can retrieve the value from the database. In my previous video tutorial I have already tell you how to create database and how to insert value in database. For retrieving the value from database, you have to create a reader. Here I am going to create SQL CE data reader and name its variable as RD to denominate that it's the reader. Now what we will do, after this connection created, we will say reader is equal connection dot execute reader. Now we will create a while statement to retrieve the data from database, because the reader is connected to database, we will use while rd.read. When this reader object is reading from database, then we will say we want to retrieve the data in message box dot show rd dot get values and pass the column number of your database tables. I have a database table with two columns, one for ID and one for name. So for ID I will pass 0, then plus a string and plus same this parameter with the next column, and we have done. You have to use get value, not values. And now we will execute the code, and when I will click on this button, it will retrieve the value from database table and show in the message box. Connection is activated, and here is the ID and here is the name. I have used SQL statement as select all from student. So here is the student table, you can see these are the IDs and these are the name or values which I have retrieved in message box. If you have still any kind of confusion, you can ask us, and don't forget to subscribe our channel. Take care, bye bye. Hello everyone, welcome to the Engineering Projects YouTube channel. In this video tutorial I will guide you how you can retrieve the value from database table into the text field. So first of all, drag two text field. Here are the text box 1, and I will copy paste it as text box 2. Then in button I have used a SQL statement that select all the data from student table. Then there is the reader which is connected to the database, and it will go on until the database table get exhausted. Here I will say that text box 1 dot text is equal rd, which is the reader object, dot get value, not values, column 1 as 0 dot to string, and copy paste this and say text box 2 and column 1. Okay, click here, and when I will click on this button, reader go to the database and retrieve the value and show them in this box. I will click here, connection is activated, and the values are come straight forward from database to text field. I hope this video tutorial is informative for you. If you have any kind of question, you can ask us, and don't forget to subscribe our YouTube channel. Take care, bye bye. Hello everyone, welcome to the Engineering Projects YouTube channel. In this video tutorial I will guide you how you can retrieve the value from database and show that values in list box. So first of all, delete these two text boxes, then search for list box and copy paste here. These are the two list box, and this is the SQL statement which I am going to use and retrieve the value from the student table. And here I will say that list box 1 dot items dot add, and in parentheses pass the parameter of the column which is rd dot get value 0 dot to string. This will retrieve the IDs and in the second list box I will retrieve the name. Now when I will click on this button, here the database retrieved and show the IDs, and here the retrieved values are name column, and here you can see that. So I hope this video tutorial is informative for you. If you have any kind of question, you can ask us, and don't forget to subscribe our YouTube channel. Take care. Bye bye. Hello everyone, welcome to the Engineering Projects YouTube channel. In this video tutorial I will guide you how you can retrieve the value from database and show that value into combo box. I have deleted this list box and search for combo box. Copy this combo box, and here is the replicate of that. Then go to the main code. I have used SQL statement to retrieve the value from student table. Now I will use in while that combo box 1 dot items dot add reader dot get value from column 0 and convert that into string. Now copy this and pass the value of column 1 in combo box 2. Now execute the program. When I will click on the button, this combo box will show the values present in ID column, and this will show the values present in name column. The database is connected and the values are now present here. We have successfully retrieved the table value from database into combo box. If you have still any kind of question, you can see my previous video tutorials, and don't forget to subscribe our YouTube channel. Take care. Hello everyone, welcome to the Engineering Projects YouTube channel. In this video tutorial I will guide you how you can retrieve the value from database to list view. Delete these combo boxes and search for list view. Now drag it here, copy and paste and replicate the second one. Go to the main code, and in the while condition of reader of database you have to write list view 1 dot items dot add and pass the name of column 1 as get data from reader rd dot get value from column 1, which is type of string. Now pass the value of column 1 into list box 2. This is the column 0 and this is the column 1. This will retrieve the value of IDs like this, column 0 and column 1, IDs and name. Now the IDs are represented in list view 1 and name presented in list view 2. I have clicked the button. This message shows that database is connected. I have clicked and you can preview that the data is successfully retrieved from the database. I hope this video tutorial is informative for you. If you have any kind of question, you can ask us, and don't forget to subscribe our YouTube channel. Take care. Hello everyone, welcome to the Engineering Projects YouTube channel. In this video tutorial I will guide you how you can update your database via C# programming. Here we have created a database already. In the previous video tutorial you can get the point. Here is the student name table where two columns are created, one is ID and one is name. Right click on it to show the database, and here we can preview the values of database. Now for example, I want to change the name of this ID based user, so we will create here the code to change that. Here we will create a data adapter to update the command data adapter, and name is as adapter is equal new SQL data adapter. Now create a string to pass the SQL query, which is update the name of the table, which is student, and the variable name which you want to set. For example, I want to set ID, so I will say set ID is equal, here is ID is 12, and I am going to change it into 10,002. ID is equal 10,002, where name is equal Ali. Here we have created the SQL statement. Now in the try block, after the connection is open, we will execute adapter update command. Adapter dot update command is equal connection dot create command. Here we have created the command. Now we say adapter dot update command dot command text. Here is command text is equal SQL query. Then we will say adapter dot update command get execute non-query, and here we will use a message box to show a prompt that command is updated. Update. Now this ID is get changed after execution into 10,002. Let's execute the program, and I have clicked this button. Connection is activated and connection get update. Okay, it's get update. Now I will close this and reopen this again, and you can see that the ID is get changed into 10,002 and Ali remains same. Now for example, I want to change the name of Hamza, then I will simply change attributes in SQL query like set name is equal Ali to, where ID is equal 123. Save it. Now execute this program. Let's close it and reopen it again, and ID remains same and name gets changed from Hamza to Ali too. By this you can update your tables and database through C# applications. It is very useful when you have integrate this method into your point of sale application. So I hope this video tutorial is informative for you. If you have any kind of question, you can ask us. Don't forget to subscribe our channel. Take care. Hello everyone, welcome to the Engineering Projects YouTube channel. In this video tutorial, I will guide you how you can delete the specific value from a table via C# programming language. So here we have a desktop application where I have already set up my database, and here I am just going to update my SQL query to delete the specific data from table. My table name is student. I will say delete the name of the table where name of student is equal Ali2. So Ali2. So where the name of student is matched as Ali2, the row will get deleted when it's execute. I will execute it, say update. Let's close it, reopen it again, and you can see that the row is get deleted where the name matched as Ali2. Let's delete this. Let's delete by ID. For example, I say delete student where ID is equal 7. Execute this and it's deleted now. I will close the database table and open it again, and you can see that the first index where the ID is 7 and name value is Junaid is get deleted. By this you can delete the specific index value in database through your desktop application. I hope this video tutorial is informative for you. If you have any kind of question, you can ask us, and don't forget to subscribe our YouTube channel. Hello everyone, welcome to the Engineering Projects YouTube channel. In this video tutorial, I will guide you how you can delete the whole table at once via C# desktop application. For example, here we have a table and here we have our desktop application source code, and we are wanted to delete the whole table at once when this specific button is executed or any condition which you want to perform by which the whole table get deleted. We simply use the SQL statement or SQL command which is drop table, and by using that drop table command we can delete the whole table at once with a simple line of code. In my previous tutorial, I have already explained you the whole code in this source code area. Now simply I just change the SQL statement to drop my whole table. We will use the drop keyword. We will say drop table and then the name of the table which you want to delete at once, which is student. Now here is the table which get deleted at once when I will click this button, and here I have clicked and it's update. Now close this, refresh. Now there is no more table left behind in this database. By this SQL statement we have deleted the whole table which is available in our database at once, and I hope this video tutorial is informative for you. If you have any kind of question, you can ask us, and don't forget to share it with your friends and subscribe our channel. Take care. Hello everyone, welcome to the Engineering Projects YouTube channel. In this video tutorial, I will guide you about how you can retrieve the data from database into data grid view. Here is the front end form. Here is the toolbox. Search for data grid view. Here is data grid view. Drag it on the form and set its coordinates according to your requirement like this. Now move on to the code. First, this is the address of the database. Here is the clear path to the database. This is the connection string. This is the adapter object. This is the connection object. In the connection object we have passed the path of the database, and in adapter we have create a new adapter object and pass to adapter. Now this is a simple SQL statement in the form of string. In the try catch block, first we open the database connection, then we will pass the connection and string into adapter. Then we have used a message box to show that connection is activated and successfully ready to retrieve the data. Now here we will use dataset command. First of all, create here data set and name its variable as ds is equal new data set. Then after the activation of database, create adapter and fill it with ds, it's mean dataset. Now the value of database is retrieved and given to dataset variable. Now close the connection. After the closing of the connection, we will use data grid view 1 dot data source is equal dataset dot table 0. Index of the table is 0 because the first table is known as 0 table. Now when we will execute the program and click on the button, it will activate the connection first, then retrieve the value in dataset, and then from dataset we will get the value in grid view. Now it's mean we have retrieved the data in dataset, and here we have the values of database in data grid view. By this you can retrieve the value from the database. When you have using point of sale application, it is very important to import and retrieve the data into your forms. I hope this video tutorial is informative for you. Don't forget to subscribe our YouTube channel. Take care. Bye bye. Hello everyone, welcome to the Engineering Projects YouTube channel. In this video tutorial I will guide you how you can create data view to reuse your data. First of all, this is the path of our database. This is the connection command where we have passed the path of database as a parameter. This is the data adapter, it's the object of data adapter. This is a simple string which we name SQL. This is the basic database command which we will use to execute. This command will use to retrieve all the data of this table which name is student. This is the data set and its variable which is used to store the data into itself. Now we will create a command, SQL command, which we will use to command our program. So create SQL command. Now we will create data view. Data view is dv its object name. Then we will create SQL connection. So to create the SQL connection, we have to write here command. The object of SQL CE command is equal new SQL command. In the command we will pass two parameters. First is a SQL statement comma the connection name. Then we will use adapter dot select command is equal command. Now we will fill adapter.fill with dataset. After this, the message will show that connection is activated. Now we will close the connection. Here we will close the connection. After the closing of connection, we will use data view is equal ds dataset dot tables. First table which we want to access dot default view. It will return the default view of dataset into data view. Then we will say data grid view dot one dot data source is equal dv. Now data grid view receive value from data view, which take value from data set. Now execute the program, and here we click the button. Connection is activated and the value is retrieved from data view via data set. I hope this video tutorial is informative for you. If you have any kind of question, you can ask us, and don't forget to subscribe our YouTube channel. Hello everyone, welcome to the Engineering Projects YouTube channel. In this video tutorial, I will guide you how you can sort the data in data view. In my previous video tutorial, I have already guided you how you can create the data views. So if you have know about this code, then you just create a new data view by writing new data view, and in parenthesis first parameter is the dataset ds.tables 0. Then after comma you have to pass the condition of sort. My first condition is that id will be greater or equal to 2, comma my second condition is id will be in descending order, comma then data view row state dot current row. It will return the current row states. Now when I will execute the program, it will return the value where id is greater than or equal to 2 and id in the form of descending orders. I have clicked the button, and first condition is id is equal and greater than 2. So all that data which contain id is equal to 2 and greater than 2 is retrieved, and the id is in the form of descending order. You can create any kind of condition or filters to filter the data and retrieve in your data grid view. I hope this video tutorial is informative for you. If you have any kind of question, you can ask us, and don't forget to subscribe our YouTube channel. Hello everyone, welcome to the Engineering Projects YouTube channel. In this video tutorial, I will guide you how you can use C# array list class. So first of all, let me know what is array list. Array list is one of the most flexible data structure from C# collection class. Array list contain a simple list of values. Array list implements the iList interface using an array, and very easily we can add, insert, delete and view the data within the array list. It is very flexible because we can add without any size information, that it will grow dynamically and also shrink automatically. So from first of all I will delete these all etc things from the GUI. I don't want to explore server, yeah, toolbox, and here I will search for label and drag it here so that I will show you the output here in this label. Okay, so this is the label 1 which is used to show the output. Now we go to the form and delete all unnecessary code like this, something like this. Okay, and this also. Okay, now how we can use array list in C# programming. The simple syntax is array list and then the name of the object which you want to use. So I will use simply an array here. I will first of all initialize a variable. I will say int I is equal 0, so I is the variable, and then array list, then the here click on this bulb. You can add collection class or namespace so that you can use array list. Then the name of the array list which you want to use, for example I will say I want to use item list as the name of my array list, is equal new array list and parenthesis. So we have declared a array list with the name of item list. Now we want to add values in array list, so we will call the object of array list which we have created as item list dot add, and in parenthesis we will pass the value. For example I will say in double quote value 1 and end on semicolon. Now replicate this and add multiple values as you are wanted, 3, 4. So we have added 4 values inside an array list. Now I am going to use simply a message box, or I can use a label to show these all items. For example I will say label box 1 dot set text is equal the address item list, and from here you can assign index. For example you say index 1 or something else, but I will not use right now. I will use a simple for each for loop. First of all for loop, and here value of I is equal 0, and I wanted the condition as I is less than item list dot count. It will automatically count the values inside the item list, and then I plus plus, and also count -1 because the index of array is from 0 to n minus 1. So list item dot count is n and -1 is the right index, and here I will use curly braces and enter. Now I will use a message box dot show the value inside array. I will say item list, then I dot to string, and here parenthesis. Now what will happen if the value of I is 0? It will call the index 0 and convert into string. Now execute the program and let's see the result. It will take a while to load the output because I am using multiple software at the same time. So the processor is being busy. Let it compile, and after this we will move on to insertion part of array list. We can insert data into array list, then sort the data, and then remove the data, and we can also remove the data from specific index of array list. So here is the output 1, as the index value is 0, so output value, the value inside the index is value 1, and I will click OK, and it will change the index and come over to value 2, and it's value 2, and then value 3, and then value 4, and so on. And by this you can observe that the value come one by one, and here you can understand we can add value into array list and show value like this, or whatever you can use. You can use simple label box dot text is equal to this line and get the same value over list over label on GUI. Now we are going to add insert value runtime. I will call item.list.insert insert, and in parentheses I will enter the value along with the index. So the total index is 0 1 2 3, so I will say on 4th index I want to add value 5. Okay, so value 5 is inserted on 4th index, and now I want to show this all thing. I will use for each loop or each, and I will say item list. It's not working in for each loop. I will use for I is equal 0 and I is less than, again item list dot count -1 I plus plus, and then I will use our label box. Okay, here I will say message box dot show item list and item list I dot to string, and execute the program now. After saving it, now we will show up to value 5 like it's 4, and click OK, and it's right now don't show me the value on index 4. So what I will do, I will change it to, for example, I will say that I want to add on the 3rd index value and execute it to 3 and 5, and you will observe that the value of 4 is replaced with the value of 5. So we have inserted data. Now what we are going to do, we can sort the items by simply calling the name item list dot sort function, and the data will automatically get sort and if we want to remove the item, we can say item dot remove, and in parentheses we have to call the name of the item which we want to delete. For example, I want to say I want to delete value 1, so value 1 will get delete. And if you want to delete the specific value from a specific index, you have to say it like this: remove at, and the call the index. So we have already deleted the 0 index, so we will say I want to delete the first index. Now execute the program and let's see. The value 1 and value 2 is not included in output. Okay, value 2 is in the output but value 1 is not in the output. What happens? The value 1 is changed with value 3 on index 3. Okay, so what's happened when we have delete this? The index 0 become 2 and the index 1 become 3 and index 4 become 2. So automatically the index 3 is deleted because index 3 is become 1 after the value 1 is deleted from the array list. So it will automatically get sort and change the index values. For example, if I will say remove the index at 0, so now the value 2 will get deleted. Execute it and let's you observe the value 2 is deleted because now value 2 is 0 after the 1 is deleted. 3 and 4. I hope this video tutorial is informative for you. If you still have any kind of question and confusion regarding array list, then please let me know about that. And don't forget to subscribe the engineering projects. Take care. Hello everyone, welcome to the engineering project YouTube channel. In this video tutorial, I will guide you about hash table in C# programming. Hash table represent a collection of key and value as a pair which maps key to value. For example, you have multiple locks and multiple keys, and each key is belong to only single lock, and you can open the lock from the individual key which belongs to them. Same as this, we have keys and values in hash table to map them and use them as we are required. Any non-null object can be used as a key, but value can also. We can retrieve item from hash table to provide the key. Both key and values are also called objects. The commonly used operations in hash tables are add, contain key, contain value, and remove. And to add pair of value in hashtag, we use the same method as we have done with array list. If you have watched that, like dot add function after the object name of hash table, and contain key is used to check if a specific key is exist or not, and contain value is the same to check the specific value is exist in hash table or not. And we can also remove the data or the value from the hash table. Let's create the hash table. First of all, you have to name hash table. I will say hash table, and then name the table. For example, I will say student is the name of hash table is equal new hash table parentheses, and we have created student type hash table. Now we are going to add values in student dot add. I will say Junaid is our first student, and its key is 1. Okay, on 1 is the key and Junaid is the value of that key. Now simply we add multiple values like 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's say Mary, Sandy, Joey and Mark. Okay, we have these values added in hash table. Now we will use these values like this. First of all, I will call the specific value from hash table message box dot show. In parentheses I will say that student, and in here box you will observe that it's automatically tell me that what I have to do with this. It say the object key, so object key is 1, then dot to string. Now it will get the value from the key and represent me our message box like Junaid is the value inside the hash table over 1 key. Okay, now we are going to search any item within hash table, like I will say if student dot contain value, and what is the value is Mary, contain value as Mary, then show me or do something else which you want to perform. I will say found it. Okay, so if the Mary is exist in hash table, it's show me in the message box, and otherwise not. Now we will say something like this, else is copy the code, else not found. Now I will say Mary 1 is the value which I want to found, and it's a not exist or not found. Now we have done the searching. Now I want to remove any item from the hash table, so I will say student dot remove, and then in parentheses I will call the key. Here you can observe it say that object key, so I want to delete object 2 which is Mary, and now I will say message box dot show, and student dot, or I will simply say that the key of student 2 dot to string, and let's see what's the value will be obtained or extract from this. It is loading the program. Okay, null exception was handled. Okay, so it say that the value or the key 2 is deleted and there is nothing more behind that. Okay, you are right, because we have deleted here. And now I will execute, and it say on key 3 the Sandy value is exist. Now for example, you are wanted to show all the value at once, you can use for each loop. For each I will say the something like I will say anything or any entry like I will say dictionary entry. Okay, dictionary entry define a dictionary key value pair that can be set or retrieved. So we have to retrieve the value from our hash table, and we are going to use dictionary entry. So dictionary entry, and it's as obj in student. Okay, now object get value from student as key pair, and here we will use them to show in message box dot show again student. Okay, first of all we will say that obj dot key, I want to use obj dot key, and also I will say I want to use obj dot value. Now we can show keys and values as a separate entity in message box. So here 1 Anjanette, 2 Mary, 3 Sandy, and 4 Joy, and 5 Mark. So we have successfully learned about the hash tables, how we can add, how we can remove, search, and perform other operations which are same as array list. I hope this video tutorial is informative for you. If you still have any kind of confusion regarding hash table, you can contact us through the commenting section of this video, and don't forget to subscribe our YouTube channel to get amazing and informative tutorials about C# programming. Take care. Hello everyone, welcome to the Engineering Projects YouTube channel. In this video tutorial, I will guide you how you can use stack in C#. The stack class represents a last in first out or LIFO stack of objects. For example, there is a row and the first person come serve first is not stack. The first person come serve last is the stack. So stack follow the push pop operation, that is we can push for inserting data or item into stack, and pop retrieve it back from stack. Stack is implemented as a circular buffer. It follows the last in first out system that I have already explained. That is, we can push the item into stack and get it in reverse order, like chronological order. Stack return the last item first, which is inserted. As elements are added into the stack, the capacity is automatically increased as required through reallocation. So now we create a simple stack. Write the name of, you have to write here as stack, STA. Okay, I have caps problem. Stack, and the name of stack, for example, I will say that marks is equal new and stack parenthesis. Okay, so we have created a mark based stack, and we are going to insert data as marks dot push in parenthesis the value of object as for example English 11, something like this. maths 21. Okay, or we can simply add something else, or we say marks of Joy, marks of Sandy, and marks of JD and Jordan and James. Now we can return the data one by one and show in message box. We can use simply like for loop. I will say for int I is equal 0, I is less than and equal to marks dot count -1 and I plus plus, and show that message box dot show, and here we call the name as mark dot pop parenthesis dot to string. Now it's retrieved the value one by one in message box using the pop method. As you can say, first pop is James, so first in last out is the implemented here, as James is the last value is retrieved first, then Jordan, then JD, then Sandy, and so on it's going. Okay, we can also apply other features like check a value is contained in that or not. Simply we can create a check here. If marks dot contains, and in contains I will say the object, for example, contains Joy. Okay, contains Joy, then show message box dot show found it. By this we can apply searching on stack and search the values, like it say the value inside stack as Joy is founded, and sorry, and we can perform other functions like marks dot. These are all the functions which we can use, like to convert into toString, to array, push for insertion, pop for retrieving, get type of the data which is using, get hash code, enumerates, equals, count, and we can copy it to something else, check contain, clone the value which we want to, and clear the objects or delete all the objects of stack, and cast the value as we are required as queryable. We can search the data as parallel for advanced features to enable parallelization of a query within a stack. I hope the video tutorial about stack is understandable for you and easy for you. I hope this video tutorial give you a lot of information about stack. If you still have any kind of question, you can ask us, and don't forget to subscribe the engineering projects. Take care. Hello everyone, welcome to the engineering projects YouTube channel. In this video tutorial I will guide you about queue in C#. In my previous video tutorial I have explained you about the stack, and stack is reverse of queue and queue is reverse of stack. It means if stack is first in last out, then the queue is first in first out. It is also a collection of objects. Objects stored in a queue are inserted at one end and removed from the other end. The queue provides additional insertion, extraction and inspection operation. We can in queue for adding or inserting data into queue, and dequeue to remove the data from the queue. Or we can peek, that means that we will get the reference of the first item, the peak value of that queue from queue. Queue accept null references as a valid value and allow duplicate element too. So let's move on and play with queue. I am going to declare a queue here. So queue UE, okay, queue, and here we have a queue. I will name it as days is equal new queue, and I have created a queue. Let's add value into days. Here I have called the days dot nq, and in parentheses the name of value, for example Monday, and replicate the code 6 times more. Okay, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and something like else, or I will delete it. Okay, you have created a queue and inserted the demo value inside that. Then you can use the value to retrieve like this, dot show the name of queue days, and then you can say you want to dequeue, okay, dequeue dot to shrink parentheses and here semicolon. This method is wrong. We have to implement the exception, so we will neglect this and simply we will show as dot to string, and here it will represent all the object within that, and execute. And let's see, let's say that it's a collection and we have to use something else right now, days, and here we will say we want to, okay, peak dot to string. Okay, so it's also invalid operation exception. So, okay, I think it will be fine. Object dot to string, and now it will be fine. Let's execute. It's show us the peak value, which is Monday, which means the top value of our queue, and we can delete value from a queue like this, days dot dequeue parentheses, and we have done. The value is get deleted. Now again we will use a message box to verify that what is the peak value dot show, and say that days dot peak parenthesis dot to string parenthesis, and let's say the value is Tuesday right now because the Monday is deleted, and the next value become the peak value of Q. Let's say we want to retrieve value from our queue. We will say that message box dot show in parentheses I will say days dot dq method dot to string parentheses. Now the first value of our queue is Monday, so it will show us the value as Monday. Okay, it's Monday, and you can retrieve value like this from queue and perform operations within your code and make your code more efficient by storing the values inside the collection of or the queue, which is a subtype of collections. I hope this video tutorial is informative for you. If you still have any kind of question, you can ask us, and don't forget to subscribe our YouTube channel. Take care. Hello everyone, welcome to the Engineering Projects YouTube channel. In this video tutorial, I will guide you about C# name value collection class, which is used to store a collection of associated strings which are keys and strings which are values that can be accessed either with the key or with the index. It is very similar to hash table, which is also stored data in the format of key and value. Name value collection can hold multiple string values under a single key, but in hash table we have to store a single value under a single key. As elements are added to name value collection, the capacity is automatically increased as required through reallocation. The one important thing is that you have to import system.collections.specialized class in your program for using name value collection. In this video tutorial, we will see how we can add data and retrieve data from name collection. So let's create a name collection. Name value collection. Okay, name value collection, and the name is as mark. Okay, marks is equal new name value collection, and here we have to edit the system.collections.specialized class, and here's work. Now we have imported. Now what I will do, I will add data into marks as marks dot add. Now first is the value which I want to insert in that. For example, high, marks are high, comma, and the value is 80%, comma, whatever you want to do. I'm going to do only do name or value, and same as that I will go here and add multiple values. Normal 50 and low. Okay, I have added the values inside this. Now I am going to retrieve value by using for each loop. For each loop I will say string key in marks dot key. So key will get the key of marks key, and curly braces here, and in these braces I will say that value I will take first of all I will create a string here with the name of value. I will take string value, and like this is an array is equal null, so it will don't take error me again. Value is equal mark dot get values and pass key here, so it will automatically get a key and retrieve the value from that key and pass it to value, and now the value stored in the value variable. Now again I will use for each loop to print that key and value at once. For each I will say again string, and now value in, I will say val in value, and now message box dot show that first I want to show key plus for concatenation space plus and val, okay, val, and now it should represent me the key and values. Let's see, key is high, value is 80, and key is normal, value is 50, and key is low and value is 30. By this you can use your data to optimize within a collection of arrays and use into your programming. It is just alternative of hash table, and you can learn more about it on Wikipedia or on book of Detail and Detail, in which he explained in detail. I hope this video tutorial is very informative for you. If you still have any kind of question, you can ask us, and don't forget to subscribe our YouTube channel. Take care. Hello everyone, welcome to the Engineering Projects YouTube channel. In this video tutorial I will guide you about arrays, which are using for storing similar kind of data or grouping in a single unit. We can access array element by its numeric index. The indexes are started from 0, and the last index will be every time the total number minus 1. For example, if you have the array of number 5, then total number is number 5 minus 1, so the last index will be 4, which is n minus 1. Now let's create an array here. So the index is, first write the data type, then braces, square bracket, and the name of array. For example, I will say like simple array, new, and array new, data type int, and here in square brackets pass the index. For example, 5 is the index, and now I'm going to declare the value of array 0 index contain value 11, and so on. Okay, 31, 4, 40. Okay, now index 0, 2, 3, and 4. So I have already explained you the starting index is 0 and the last index will be n minus 1, which is 4. So here is the array which we have created. Now I am going to use a loop. Let's create a loop for int I is equal 0 and I is less than 5 and I plus plus, and here I will use a message box to show the value as array and pass the index as I. So as the value of I is changed, the value of array is also changed and show the different output. No, something happened wrong here. Cannot convert into string. Okay, here we have to use another syntax. Okay, the problem is here that the value of array is integer and message box type is for string, so we will use to string here. And now the problem is solved, and now execute, and you can retrieve value of array one by one like this: 11, 21, 31, 441 and 14, like this. But you can add multiple items at once without any hesitation. Now we are going to move how to declare array. Like here we have declared it separately. We are going to declare on the definition time like this. We have declared, and now I will say that 1 double 2 double, okay, so on. So here we have created the array. Here array is created, and the same method we apply to extract value from the array, like 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and up to where you want to use. It's depend on the condition. So I hope you have learned about the basics of array in C# programming. If you still have any kind of question, you can ask us, and don't forget to subscribe our YouTube channel. Take care. Hello everyone, welcome to the Engineering Projects YouTube channel. In this video tutorial, I will guide you about how you can use C# list class. The collection classes are a group of classes designed specially for grouping together objects and performing tasks on them. List class is a collection and defined in the system.collection.generic namespace, and it provides the methods and properties like other collection classes such as add, insert, remove, search, etc. It's the replacement for arrays, linked lists, queue, and most other one-dimensional data structures. This is because it has all kind of extra functionality, including the ability to grow in size on demand. The C# list class represents a strongly typed list of objects that can access by index, and it supports storing values of a specific type without casting to or from objects. So the parameter, the basic symbol of list is as list, and here t. So the parameter t is the type of element in the list. For example, you have type int or something else like that. Here we are going to create a int type list, like int is the type of the list, and my list name is my list is equal new list int parentheses, and here we have created a list. And if we want to insert value in that list, we will say that my list dot add, and here we will add the value as 1. Replicate the code, 2, 3 and 4. So here we can add value into the integer type list. Let's create another list of type string, like here I will simply say string and replace it here string, my list string, and same as I will say string dot add value as a, and replicate that. B, C, B and C. It's totally depend on you that which data type you want to use for your list. And now move on. Suppose that you are wanted to know what is the total number of any list, so you can simply use list.count a variable, as I will say message.show, and show me my list dot count dot to string. So it will represent me the number of item within my list, which is 4. Here it's represent the count is 4. So now you are wanted to retrieve value from your list, so you can use for each loop like this, for each, and I will say that in for each loop int I in my list. Okay, and here I'm going to say message box dot show, and in show I will say that my only I dot to string, and here we have done. Let's execute. It will show the value of my list one by one as 1 2 3 4. Same is the case with the integer type, and but there you don't have to use converted them into to string. If you want to add specific element within the string list, you can choose as my list dot insert. Okay, insert first the index. For example, I want to replace the value on first index into something like 33, and now I will execute. The value on first index is right now is 33, because this is 0 index and this is the first index. So next the first index is become second, and so on. It is get reallocated automatically. We can sort the data by using mylist.sort, remove the data by using mylist.remove, and type the index where we want to remove the data. It's quite similar to collections. Like in my previous video tutorials, I have explained you about the queue, stack, hash tables, etc. It's simply like that. Now here is the point. It's look like an array, but it's also a list. So in C#, list is depend by array. So theoretically, limit of size would be the limit of the array's capacity. Appending element is efficient because we are using the free slot at the end, but inserting elements can be slow because all elements in the list after the insertion point have to be shifted to make a free slot. In this case of searching, it is efficient if the binary searching method is used on the list that has been sorted. So before using binary search, sort the list. If you use any other searching algorithm, is inefficient because each item must be individually checked. Arrays are memory efficient, as we know, but lists are built on top of arrays. Because of this, lists use more memory to store the same data. Array is useful when you know the data is fixed length or fixed, the growth of the data is fixed, not variable. It is better when you will be doing lot of indexing into it. For example, you will often want the third element or the fifth or whatever you are wanted. On the other hand, if you don't know how many elements you will have, use list. Also, definitely use a list anytime you want to add remove data, since resizing array is expensive. Okay, so I hope this video tutorial is informative for you and you got a lot of information regarding arrays and their comparisons. If you still have any kind of question, you can ask us, and don't forget to subscribe our YouTube channel. Take care. Hello everyone, welcome to the Engineering Projects YouTube channel. In this video tutorial, I will guide you how you can send email from your C# program. We will use SMTP. So first of all, let me tell you what is SMTP. It's simple mail transfer protocol, SMTP, a part of application layer of the TCP and IP protocol. It is an internet standard for electronic mail transmission. The default TCP port used by SMTP is 25. So mark it on any paper that port which we're going to use is 25, and the SMTP connection secured by SSL, known as SMTP-S. Use the default port 465. SMTP provide a set of protocol that simply the communication of email message between email and server. Most SMTP server names are written in form smtp.domain.com, like smtp.google.com or mail.domain.com. Now let's start the code. So first of all, we will create a button here. Let's drag and drop a button here, and when this button is clicked, the email will be generated and sent to the email which we want to send. Now double click here to activate its event handler, and now in event handler I will use try catch block, try and catch block, and in try block I will write the code for my mail. So I have to create the mail variable from mail message class, mail message, and name it as mail. Okay, is equal new mail message, and add its library. And now we have created a mail variable which contains the message, and then we will create the SMTP client. SMTP client is equal SMTP server is a variable which we will use new SMTP client, and my client is Google, and Google address is smtp.gmail.com. and now I am going to declare that whom is sending the mail and to whom the email will be sent. Mail dot from my address, like something like new mail address, and in parentheses you have to pass the address like no reply at testing.com. okay, this is the address which will be shown in the mail, and mail dot to the address where you want to send the mail as dot to dot add the email addresses which you want to send. Like I will say it's my temporary email address. Okay, I want to send email here, and subject of email as email dot subject is equal C# email testing. And now I will pass a message in mail.body is equal, this is demo email from C# program by TEP. Okay, now I will call the ports on which that data will be transferred. So first SMTP server dot port, I will use port 587 in the case of Google, and then SMTP server dot credential is equal new system dot net dot network credential. Now here I have to pass the username and password of my email from which I am sending the data. So I will use this email from which I want to send the data and pass its username here. Okay, so username will be the same, and then its password, I will use its password. Okay, I have passed the password. Now in the next line we will say that the SMTP server SSL enable like here SMTP server dot enable SSL is equal true, so that no one can interrupt our message transfer protocol. Now I will say SMTP server dot send mail, and message box will be show that message box dot show mail is sent. Okay, else show us a message unable to send mail. So we have done our code. Now start this application, and before I will execute the button click, I will show you the email address on which I am going to send my email is here. Here is the email. I will refresh that. Nothing here is come from this application. Now I will click on this button and it will rendering the code and unable to send email. Maybe something went wrong. Let's check the code again. Here nothing is went wrong. I forget to type here the exception parameter, exception ex, and here we will show ex dot to string and open our email. Now here is the email which come from our application. Okay, it say that someone tried to attempt your account. So if you want to use a sending application program, then you have to make sure that your Gmail account is less secure, so that Gmail will allow you to send email. So let's make sure that the account is less secure. No thanks, check your Gmail settings. Okay, no thanks. Okay, done. And these are the accesses which I have provided. Okay, done. And recovery account permissions. Okay, I have checked that. Recovery done. Okay, all things are set again. Now what I will do, I will again execute the program and try to send email again, and all the process is done in the background, and it says that exception server requires a strong connection. And again here we will get an email from Gmail about the sign-in attempt. It's not working right now. We check again. Now we have to remove the security sign in from our Gmail account. You have to go on this URL, and then here you have to allow less secure application, which is by default off. You make sure it is on, and then you can get this distinct application working like this. I will start again and go to here and open this application and click here the button. Now it's said to you that email is sent, and refresh our tab, and you will get the email here that from this is to this email, and this is the demo text, and this is the subject which you want to send. So I hope this video tutorial is informative for you. If you still have any kind of question, you can ask us, and don't forget to subscribe our YouTube channel. Take care. Bye bye. Hello everyone, welcome to the Engineering Projects YouTube channel. In this video tutorial I will guide you about how you can add attachments in your C# email code. In my previous video tutorial I have guided you that how you can create a button, and in which whenever the user will click, it will send an email from desired email to desired email. Like from my email to my email, I am sending an email with the subject as C# email testing, and body of the email is this string, and on this port I am sending the data, and this is the credential which I am passing on. This is the email address, and this is my password which I have stored in above global variable, and then enable the SSL is equal to true, and send the email data into the SMTP server, which is this, and show the message whenever the email is sent. Now in this we add a small piece of code to attach any file, whatever you want to attach. So here after this I will use a library which is system.net.attachment mail.attachment. okay, and use an and create a variable like attach. Okay, so here we have created a let me complete it, attachment. Now we will say attachment is equal new system.net.mail.attachment, and in this parenthesis we will pass the path of our file which we want to send. For example, here we have in C folder I have a file, or in D folder I have a file here as text.txt is the file, and where it is in E. So I will give a path here as E and invert the sign like this, and file name is text.txt. And now I will say mail.attachment.add and pass the attachment variable like this. Now execute this application as it is. I am going to execute my application and open browser. Here is my browser, so go to here and now click here to send the attachment code. Okay, the mail is sent with attachment. Now refresh that. Here is our email, and this is the attachment which we have sent through our code in C# programming language. I hope this video tutorial is informative for you. If you still have any kind of question, you can ask us, and don't forget to subscribe our YouTube channel. Take care. Hello everyone, welcome to the engineering projects. In this video tutorial I will guide you how you can send HTML email from C# code. In my previous video tutorial I have explained you how you can create a code for email in C# and then how you can send attachments in C# code for your email. Now let me tell you that you have to use system.net.win INET API to send the email code over the transfer protocol. So in the body, first of all you have to make sure that your HTML is enabled after the body, or after the subject. I will say that mail dot is body HTML, and make sure it is true is equal true. Okay, now when it's true we will create a string as string HTML body. Okay, this is I am going to create, and I will say that HTML body is equal. Now here I will write a code like I will say in H1 welcome to TET. This is the HTML code, and now I will add this HTML code in the body like this. I will pass this variable into the mail body, and everything remain the same as we have coded in the previous video tutorials. Okay, now execute this application. I have executed this application. Go to our email address. Here is the email address. Now I will click here button, and it will send the email, and I will get here in few seconds. Okay, I will get this, and you can observe that this is in the HTML format and bold, and it's in h1 tag. Let me inspect you and verify that this is in h1 tag of HTML. By this you can create your own HTML emails and send at once to everyone which you want to send through your C# code. I hope this video tutorial is informative for you. If you still have any kind of question, you can ask us, and don't forget to subscribe our YouTube channel. Take care. Bye bye. Hello everyone, welcome to the Engineering Projects YouTube channel. In this video tutorial, I will guide you about how you can find host name of a computer. The system.net classes provide functionalities that is similar to Microsoft Win iNet API. It allows classes to communicate with other applications by using the hypertext protocol, it's mean HTTP, and transmission control protocol as TCP, user diagram protocol and UDP, and socket internet protocols. Now let's create a code to find the host name of the computer. We will use a simple variable dns.getHostName to resolve this problem. I have a button here, and when this button is clicked, the following code will be get executed. I will say that message box dot show DNS. Okay, I will say DNS dot get host name and parentheses. This is a function which will return the name of host, and you have to add the system.net library first. And now execute this application. So whenever I will click, it will return me the host name. This is my host name of computer. By this you can get the host name easily through this single line of code. I hope this video tutorial is informative for you. If you still have any kind of question, you can ask us, and don't forget to subscribe our YouTube channel. Hello everyone, welcome to the Engineering Projects YouTube channel. In this video tutorial, I will guide you how you can find IP address of a computer or any website as you are wanted. In my previous video tutorial, I have already guided you about how you can find the host name. In C# programming, it is possible to find IP with sockets which are available in C#. C# simplifies network programming through its namespace like system.net and system.net.socket. The system.net classes provide functionality that's similar to Microsoft Win iNet API. Let's create a code to find IP address of any website or host which you are wanted to find. First of all, I will use text box here and a button. For example, here is the text box. I will paste here. In this text box, you will enter the host name or the address of website for which you want to find the IP, and I will use a label here. Label is here. Okay, this label will show us the IP address of the website where we which we have entered in this text box. In button click listener, I will simply code a try catch block, try, and then catch exception here, and okay, now here we pass the exception ex and message box dot show ex.toString. Okay, the catch block we have done. Now create IP host entry IP host entry and name is as a host name is equal DNS get host name, get host by name, get host, okay, this is get host by name, and pass the host name which you will get from text box. So by default the text box 1.to string or text, we will say that txt text dot to string, or if you don't want to pass the string you can simply say that just to string. So we have passed the parameter, but we will say that okay, so we have to pass the string here. Let me convert it, and here we have done. So this is the string which is passed here. Now create a variable or array like IP addresses, and array as IP is equal host name dot add address list, and then in label 1 dot text is equal IP 0 index to string. Now let's see how it's work. Execute the program. Okay, it's pass an error here, like instead for this type string, okay, by name string. Okay, here we have to pass the string, so let's create a string variable here. String name is equal the whole variable here, and pass name here. Okay, please use get host entry. Okay, get host entry like this. Now execute the application and say that, and let's find facebook.com IP. So facebook.com IP is this, and google.com IP is this, and the engineering projects.com IP is this. Whenever you will call this IP into your browser, you will get to this website. Let's open this IP address into this browser as 148.72.2.142, or simply, okay, it's not fine, so, or simply we can say that IP address of website, to make sure that the address we have get is the same which other sites get. Like I will say here website is the engineering, or I can simply copy paste this directly to save my time, and get site information, and it say that the IP address is 148.72.2.148. so it means we have successfully find the IP address by this code. I hope this video tutorial is informative for you. If you still have any kind of question, you can ask us, and don't forget to subscribe our YouTube channel. Take care. Hello everyone, welcome to the Engineering Projects YouTube channel. In this video tutorial, I will guide you how you can use web browser in C# code. The web browser control in C# allow you to host web pages and other web browser enabled document in Windows Form application. You can add browser control in your C# project and it displays the web pages like normal commercial web browsers. In short, you can create your own browser controls and your own browser provide integrated HTML based user assistant or web browsing compatibility in your application. The web browser control has several properties, methods and events related to navigation. Now let's create a web browser code. So first of all, we have to create a web browser on the front end. Here is the front end. Let me delete all the unessential things from there. Unessential code. Go to toolbox and search for web browser. Okay, so paste the web browser here, so it is set automatically. Web browser is set it here. Let me okay, so this is our web browser here. Now add a simple text box. Here is the text box and add a button here. Okay, so whenever the button is clicked, the address in this text box will load it into this web browser. Okay, now let's call the button click event handler button 1. Let me call it, for example, there is nothing I have created here. Button 1 click here. Okay, now it's button 1 click. Add it into our application. I will say that whenever the button is clicked, it will open the web browser. So I will say that web browser 1 dot navigate. Where is navigate? Navigate in parentheses, pause the text box 1 dot text and hit semicolon and start the application. Now I will simply say that google.com and press this button. It will load it into our application. You can see that here the Google is loaded here, and I will say that facebook.com and click button, and Facebook is get loaded into this frame of this. Like here is the Facebook page is loaded into our web browser. For example, you wanted to view the source code of you wanted to get the source code of this application, so you can add another button in the front end. I will say that I want a source code here. This is button 1. Replace and name it as, and here I will name this button into the, let me search the name. Don't get the name here. And so, okay, this is the name. I will say source. The second button is source, and this is search. Okay, now I will create the source event, click event, and say that string source is equal view source.txt, view source.txt, and the name of the file, and stream writer, name as writer, is equal file dot create text and the name of the file, which is source. Then I will say writer dot write. What it will be write? Web browser 1 dot document text. Now I will close the writer dot close, and here, and process, I will call the process dot start. Here we have to add the library. Process dot start function, first the software which you want to start. I want to start the notepad, so I will say notepad dot exe comma source. So notepad will get the source code and provide into this file view source. Now execute, and I will search, for example I will search google.com. I will search, and it's get search, and will say source. It will show me the source code of whole Google. And if I will say facebook.com, search it, and let me show the source, and here is the source code of Facebook. By this you can get the source code of any website which you want to browse or something else like that. I hope this video tutorial is informative for you. If you still have any kind of question, you can ask us, and don't forget to subscribe our YouTube channel. Take care. Bye bye. Hello everyone, welcome to the Engineering Projects YouTube channel. In this video tutorial I will guide you about how you can create an XML file in C#. XML is a platform independent language, so that the information formatted in XML can be used in any other platform or operating system. Once we create an XML file in one platform, it can be used in other platform also. In order to creating a new XML file in C#, we are using XML text writer class. The class takes file name and encoding argument. Also we are here passing formatting details. Now in the following video I will create XML file product XML and add 4 rows in the file. So I will first of all add a button here, Now activate its event handler by double clicking on it, or you can go to here and event handler is added here. Now I will say that I will want to create the writer of XML. I will say XML text XML text writer and add its library. Okay, and name it is as writer is equal new XML text writer, and in parentheses I will name it as product dot xml, the name of the file which I want to create, and next to it after comma I will use the encoding system system dot text dot encoding dot utf-8, which is the standard right now for writing XML code. Now I will, next to this line I will say writer dot write statement write start document, write start document, make it true, so the application know that from here we are starting our XML code. Writer dot formatting, and formatting is equal dot intended, so in every line there is an intent, and writer dot indentation will be 2. It's mean up to 2 level intent will be show, and writer dot write start element, start element will be the table, and let's create the node. Create, simply write create node, in parentheses you have to add the library create node, and I have created the node function here, and I want to pass some variables in this node. So what I will do, I will write first I will write the create node code so that it will be easy to understand what I am going to do. So first parameter will be string product, it will be product ID, comma, then string name, then string price, and then I will say that I will say that here XML text writer, and pass the writer object here. And when I will pass the writer object here, I will say that it will get from writer dot write start element from product. So the first element of node is product, then again after product there is product underscore ID, and then I will write dot write string, so the child will be product ID, and then the writer dot write, and we have to search here and element, here is the and element. Now this code is one node of product. Now I am going to create another node of product, copy and paste, and name it as product name, and simply change it PID to simply name, and again paste this code, and now change it is into price and copy this code here and pass the price, and again and the elements. Now this statement show that the product is ending here. Okay, now let's move on to the node. Now first parameter will be the ID, so ID is 1 comma. The next parameter is the name of the product. I will say apple is a product, comma. The third is the price, so price is 100, comma, and then pass the writer object, writer. Okay, so it will create a node. So let's create 1 2 3 4 2 3 and 4 and change name this mango, something like okay. This is, we have done it. Now I will say and the element here, so I will copy the paste here and the element here, and then end the document docu and end the document here, then writer dot close, and it's close, and show the message box dot show file is created. So the file will get created with the name of product XML. Now execute the code, and when I will click this button, it's a file is created. I don't know where this file is created. Let's go to documents, the studio, my project, TEP, and I don't know where the file is created. So here is the product XML. I will open it with Sublime Text, and here you can observe that I have a lot of code here. So I will say open with Notepad. So here you will get that the product ID is 1, product name is apple, product price is 100, product ID is equal to mango 1030, and so on. The table XML is created. I hope this video tutorial is informative for you. If you still have any kind of question, you can ask us, and don't forget to subscribe our YouTube channel. Take care. Bye bye. Hello everyone, welcome to the Engineering Projects YouTube channel. In this video tutorial, I will guide you about how you can use exception handling and how you can handle the error occurrence. An exception is a problem that arises during execution of program. A C# exception is a response to an exceptional circumstance that arises while a program is running, such as an attempt to divide by 0. Exception provide a way to transfer control from one part of program to another. C# exception handling is built upon 4 keywords: try, catch, final, and throw. In try, a block identifies code for which particular exception is activated. It is followed by one or more blocks, such as I will say system.io exception, system.index out of range exception. The catch keyword is used to catch the exception which is come from the try block. And finally, block is used to execute a given set of statements, whether an exception is thrown or not thrown. For example, if you open a file, it must be closed whether an exception is arise or not. And the last keyword, throw an exception when a problem shows up. This done using a throw keyword. Now let's move on to the basic syntax. Here I have defined you 4 keywords. So the first keyword is try, then body, catch, then body, and the third one is our try, catch, finally, and throw. So finally and throw. The finally keyword will execute every time, because finally represent that whatever the conditions and statement and exception, this code must be executed. Okay, so you have to write the code here. Assume a block arises an exception. A method catches an exception using a combination of try and catch keyword. A try catch block is placed around the code that might generate an exception. Code within a try catch block is referred to protected code, and the syntax is as this. Okay, so C#, move on to the C# exception classes. C# exception are represented by classes. The exception classes in C# are mainly directly or indirectly derived from system.exception class. Some of exception classes derived from system.exception class are the systems.application exception and system.system exception. Okay, the system application exception class support exception generated by application program. Hence, the exception defined by programmers should be derived from this class. The system.system exception class is the base class of all predefined system classes. So I have some classes here which are used for different purposes as system.io exception. It will handle the input output errors which are occurs, and the most used exception is system.index out of range exception. It is deal with the error which is occur on index. For example, if you have declared array of size 4 and you are accessing the index 5, then this exception will handle the error. C# provide a structured solution to exception handling in the form of try catch block. Using this block, the core program statements are separated from the error handling statement. These error handling blocks are implemented using try catch finally throw, as I have already explained you. So let's create exception handling code in this. Okay, what I will do, I will first of all create a program here, and for example, this is a form 1. I will declare a function or something else here. I will say that in this class I will say okay, or I can create my own class here, public class, and I will say divide. Okay, and divide is the keyword, so I will say okay divide, okay nothing, this is not using here. And I will say I will pass the parameter as int x and int y. Then what I will do, I will say exception is here. Okay, instead of creating class, I will make it void and declare it within the class. Okay, here now I will say try a code and catch the exception, and for exception I will say in parentheses the exception is of type divide by 0 exception and parameter is ex, and show me the message box because I am working in a Windows application, so I will use a Windows message box dot show and msg concatenate ex. Okay, and in try I will say that I have a number. For example, I have here an int result, which is by default 0. I have initialized it, okay, and use result here, and I will say result is equal, what is saying, generate variable inform1. I have already created that. Okay, here is the created. Okay, I don't want to use this object, I want to use this as okay, and result is equal the number 1, it means x, and y divided by y. Okay, so result is x divided by y. If it's successfully done, it will show us a message box that result is, and here is the parameter result is this, else if any error occur it will catch here. And now I will use a message box, two message box here, so that I will get input from user, this, and a user button. Here is the button. So when I will press this button, this message is executed, this function is executed, or even that you can declare this function here and use direct here as void. First of all, I will declare a variable, as I will say divide this, and declare as textbox1 dot text and dot to basically say that like this. Okay, it should be parsed by int, so I will say that integer dot int parse and pass the value here. What it's saying, Okay, so first parameter is text box 1 and second parameter is text box 2. So what's it saying now here? Say the name does not exist in current. Okay, okay, so this is we have done. It will get from text box 1, it will get from text box 2, process the data and show us message box, either result or message. So let's execute a program and let's check what the results will occur. It will take a while to compile the code. It's very simple program to handle the error. By handling the error, you can make program efficient so that whenever any error will occur, your application does not stop or stop providing the features for which you have developed that. Here is 2, or for example here is 4 divided by 2 button 1, and it's process and show that result is 2. What if I will divide 4 with 0 and click here, and it will process and show the message system to divide by 0, attempt to divide by 0 at this line. So we have successfully handled the error which is occurred when someone divide a value with 0. So finally we have understand that we can handle the error from try and catch block. In try block we have to declare the code on which we have to handle the exception, and in catch we have to declare the exception type, which type of exception we want to handle. Now write here a finally block. In the finally block, the code whatever you will write will each time executed, whatever the value is correct or wrong doesn't matter. Okay, let's do it. Okay, so this is the code which we will paste after the catch block. Finally block will always get in the last. I will say finally, so this show me a message when the finally block reach it 2. I will say 2 divided by 2 and result 1, and finally block executed, and whatever is 2 divided by 0, first exception, and then finally code. I hope this video tutorial is informative for you. In my upcoming video tutorial, I will guide you how you can create your own defined exceptions and handle them. I hope you enjoy this, and don't forget to subscribe our YouTube channel. Take care. Bye bye. Hello everyone, welcome to the Engineering Projects YouTube channel. In this video tutorial, I will guide you how you can create user-defined exception. I hope that you are enjoying your day and learning a lot of things from our YouTube channel. You can also define your own exception. User-defined exception classes are derived from exception class. Let's demonstrate how you can create that. For example, I have a class where I want to declare my exception, and first of all I will create another class which is look like an exception. I will delete unnecessary code first so that it look pretty nice. Okay, so here is the my form look like. I will close this here and close this too, so that screen will look bigger. Now first I will create a class of exception type, and here after this public partial class I will create another class. Within the namespace I will create a class. I will name it as public, and then I will name it as for example my zero. Okay, my zero exception, something like that, and extend it from exception, and here we have done it. What's the average? Contain member such as field or method in the current context. Okay, he said that within the namespace you can't create another class, so try something else. Okay, I will declare this in out of namespace. Okay, so it's working fine, and represent contain members such as field or method. A namespace cannot. Okay, don't share. Then what you said about here. Okay, it's not working here. Okay, the error is like that I am not using a keyword class. Okay, now it's working absolutely fine. So after this class I will create another class. So this is my first class, name as my zero. It is handle my own exception, and in here first of all I will declare a constructor. Constructor should be public, and my constructor name is same as my function class, sorry, and here I will define that in my zero it should be a kind of string msg variable colon, and base of this is message. Okay, base of this is message. Okay, so it's a message, it's pretty working fine. So here I will pass a string message, and it will get from the base class exception and show a message to pass here. And we have created our class first, then we will create a public functions which we will use. I will say again public class, and this class is of like I will create a class of temp, represent a temperature class. In temperature class I will say that int kind of temp is equal 0. So first temperature temper, I will say temper as temperature variable of temp class, and create a method to show the data. I will say public and void show, and in show I will say that if the temper is equal to 0, if temper is equal to 0, then it will throw a message or any kind of error, I will say, and in new I will pass the exception which I have created, my 0, and in my 0 I will say that temp is 0. Okay, I will say that temp is 0. This is the error which will occur. And here, else what it will done, it will show a message box dot show the value of temperature, temper value is something like temper. Okay, so we have created our exception completely. So we have created this completely exception. Now we will use it in my class. I have here in button, I will, for example, declare temperature temp. The class, here is the class temp class. I will create here the variable of that. I will say temp class, its object is equal new temp, and pass the value. Now initiate try catch block try, and here we have to catch also. Let's define the try block. In try I will say that temp dot show, in temp I have show method. Okay, this is show method, sorry, I have to call object dot show method call, and catch exception if any occur. So the exception is of type my 0 ex message box dot show my 0 plus ex exception message, and let's go on. When I will click this button, it will create a class and pass the value to object, and then it will show something. So here is the value, is temp is equal to 0. Okay, now I will execute the code, and when I will click the button, it will process the data. I have clicked the button, it will say that temp is equal 0, and here is the line where the error is occurred. And if the value of temp is changed, I will change the value here, as I will say the value of temp is 1, and save the program and execute. It will not show me the error but the value of variable. So here temp value is equal 1. By this you can create your own exception and handle them, and create user-defined functions to show on the screen as you require. I hope this video tutorial is informative for you. If you still have any kind of question, you can ask us, and don't forget to subscribe our YouTube channel. Take care. Bye bye. Hello everyone, welcome to the Engineering Projects YouTube channel. In this video tutorial, I will guide you about regular expressions in a pattern that could be matched against an input text. The .NET framework provides a regular expression engine that allows such matching. A pattern consists of one or more character illiterates, operators, or constructs. There are various categories of character, operators, and constructs that let you define regular expression, such as character escape, character classes, anchor, group constructs, etc. The regex class is used to represent a regular expression. It has many commonly used methods such as bool is match or string static bool is match or match collection, replace, split, etc. Let's create a code in which we will use a function or expression to check the value of a string. So here we will create a function or a program. Let's create it. That I will say whenever a button will click, something happen. What will happen? I will say string is a variable and it's get value from text box 1.text.toString to string. So the value from text box is passed from to this string variable value, and I will say that it will show a message that matching with s or something like that. I will use a function match, show match here as show match. See, I will say show match. Okay, I am using a show match, so I have to declare a show match something else. I have declared a show match function here, and now I will define the show match values. I will say the first parameter is kind of text, and second is string type expression. Okay, so what it will do, first of all, it will show a message box dot show and show that expression. Okay, whatever the expression we have used shows here. Expression is equal plus exp. It will show us first expression, then what it will do, we will create a match collection class, tch match collection, and I will say mc match collection, and add library here, regular expression library is equal regex dot matches and pass text comma expression. Okay, so we have passed the value. Now we will declare a for each loop, so it will continuously check that where is the value match within the string come from text box. So I will say for each, and I have declared a variable kind of match and m in mc in my variable, and message box dot show that message box show that here I will pass value is equal m. Okay, the value comes from m. Here we have done, concatenated we have to use plus, and now I will pass a value, and then in expression I will say that I want to match something like I want to find in double quote. Here in double quote you will tell that like B as and as string. It will execute and match that word start with S. Okay, I will execute the code and it will found the all those values which are start from S. For example, I will say hello world and click OK. Expression is this and nothing is found. And when I will say sun is yellow, expression is this and nothing is found, because we have used capital S. And click here, expression is this and value is sun. So here we have declared that only capital S will be get and match value will show in a message box. I hope this video tutorial is informative for you. If you still have any kind of question, you can ask us. Don't forget to subscribe our YouTube channel. In my upcoming video tutorial, I will guide you about regular expression in details. Take care. Bye bye. Hello everyone, welcome to the Engineering Projects YouTube channel. In this video tutorial, I will guide you about preprocessor directives. The preprocessor directive gives instruction to the compiler to preprocess the information before actual compilation start. All preprocessor directives begin with hash sign, and only white space character may appear before a preprocessor directive on a line. Preprocessor directives are not statements, so they do not end with a semicolon. C# compiler does not have a separate preprocessor. However, the directives are processed as if there was one. In C#, the preprocessor directives are used to help in conditional compilation. Unlike C and C++ directives, they are not used to create macros. A preprocessor directive must be only instruction on a line. There are many preprocessor directives such as define, undef, if, else, if, and if line, etc. for different purposes. The hash preprocessor directive creates symbolic constant and lets you define a symbolic symbol such that by using symbol as the expression passed to the if directive, the expression evaluates to true. Its syntax will be follow as something hash define and symbol like this. Okay, and you can define about the systems like this. Okay, now we create a program and define a variable which name as something as val. Okay, we have defined a val. In my main program, first of all, delete unnecessary code, and I will say that whenever the button will click, it will check hash if val. If val is present, then message box dot show message will be like true, and hash else, and else it will show as why is it hash else show. Okay, I think we'll have to use here parentheses. Okay, so it's saying that hash we have to declare our value. Let's escape this and use only and if. So if the value is present, it will show a message true. Whenever the button is clicked, I will click here and it show the value true. But if I will say what you say about value 1, so if it's value 1, it will not show the message. Okay, so I will say value 1, and if value 1 is here, so I will click the button, it's show nothing because val 1 is not defined. I will say hash else, again a message box, let's say false. So it's true or false, depend now. Click, it say that it's false, and if I will say, it will automatically check and compile before the loader or compilation, and you can view here, it's automatically show that the variable which we have defined is true. So I hope you will get understand about the preprocessor directive, which will automatically load the data before the compilation and show results by using its own hash keywords. I hope this video tutorial is informative for you. If you still have any kind of question, you can ask us, and don't forget to subscribe our YouTube channel. Take care. Hello everyone, welcome to the Engineering Projects YouTube channel. In this video, I will explain you conditional directives. In my previous tutorial, I have already explained you about preprocessor directives. You can use the hash if directive to create a conditional directive. Conditional directives are useful for testing a symbol or symbol to check if they evaluate to true. If they do evaluate to true, the compiler evaluates all the code between the if and the next directive. The syntax is like this: hash if, and in parentheses the value or symbol which you want to evaluate. The operator symbol is also used in evaluating the data, like equality, inequality, and or. You can also group symbols and operators with parentheses. Conditional directives are used for compiling code for a debug build, or when compiling for a specific configuration. A conditional directive begin with a hash if must be explicitly terminated with a and if hash and if directive. Let's create a code by conditional directive. I will say that I will create an other define value. I will say A and B. Okay, and here I will say if A and B, then show A and B. Else if the next condition is like A and not B. Okay, so it will say A and not B. And next I will say it's not else if, it's L if. Okay, L if. So next I will say L if not A and B. Okay, not A and B. Now what I will do, and this if here, and now the first message will be A and B because both values are available. You can say, click here, it say A and B. And if I will say only A but not B, so it shows the message A not B, here A not B. And if I will say B here and A not, and execute, it will say not A and B. Sorry, there is a text problem here. Okay, not A but B. I hope you will get better understanding of conditional directive. If you have any kind of question, you can ask us. Don't forget to subscribe our YouTube channel. Take care. Bye bye. Hello everyone. Welcome to the Engineering Projects YouTube channel. In this tutorial, I will guide you about a namespace. It's a design for providing a way to keep one set of name separated from another. The class name declared in one namespace does not conflict with the same class name declared in another. Let's define a namespace. A namespace definition begins with a keyword namespace. Like here you will observe namespace and the name of the namespace is here and the code within that which you want to declare. To call the namespace, enable version for either function or variable. Prepend the namespace name as namespace dot, as you can say, using namespace dot, and the name which you want to use, like for example you will say that tutorial, like this, using an other namespace dot, then the item of that namespace. In this program we have only one namespace, so that we can't able to import any other namespace. Let's demonstrate namespace here. For example, this is our first namespace. I will go here and say namespace and demo. So this is my demo namespace. Okay, so this is my demo namespace and my class name is also demo underscore ns mean namespace, and here I will declare a function public void fc function, and this is look like this. Now I will create another namespace. It's demo and it's sample. Okay, the namespace is different but the classes name are same within this namespace, and I will use a function here as messagebox.show, and it's demo name space, and the other one is sample namespace. Now this is my class where I want to use these namespaces. What I will do, I will say that the name of first namespace, which is demo, I will say here when the user will click button demo dot the demo ns function, and the function variable name as f is equal new demo, like this. Okay, so what it will do, it will pass the value of whole namespace to f, and again I will do the same but change the sample and f to f, for example f to I. So this is I will say this is D and this is S. Okay, demo and sample namespaces, and I will say that D dot the function call and S dot function call. Now it will show a messages from different namespaces. I will execute this and click the button. It will say demo namespace, okay, and then sample namespace. So by this we can get different part of code from different namespaces from underline different namespaces and the same classes names and same function names get within a one main program without any error, which will make it more efficient and productive. I hope this video tutorial is informative for you. If you still have any kind of question, you can ask us, and don't forget to subscribe our YouTube channel. Take care. Hello everyone, welcome to the Engineering Projects YouTube channel. In this tutorial I will guide you about how you can create nested namespaces. You can create a namespace within a namespace, which will make it more efficient according to the need of your code and development of your application. Let's see, I have here a demo and sample namespace. In my previous video tutorial I have already explained in detail how I have created them. Now I will create another namespace within this namespace. I will simply after this class say that namespace demo child, and the demo child is like this, and same function repeating this, and I will say it's demo child, and again in this namespace, I will create the third level of namespace. Root child, or I will say something like grandchild. Okay, grandchild. In grandchild, I will again use the same function and change the name as grandchild. Now I will remove the other sample spaces and use only the nested one. I will say D. For example, I will say it's base. Okay, this is base. Sorry, base is special keyword, so I will use parent. Then I will say I want to use okay, I have created a parent. I will simply say that parent dot what I want to access. I want to access parent function. Okay, now I will say that demo.dns dot, here I will say demo dot demo child dot DNS, and replace it by this and name it as child. Okay, so child dot fc. Now same is the case with the third, and I will say dot demo grandchild. I will say grant. Finish this with dot, I forget, dot demo ns. Okay, so grant will also get dot fc function. Now execute the program and you will observe first it will show a message that it is from demo namespace, then demo child namespace and demo grandchild namespace. So you can access nested namespaces by practicing this code. I hope you will learn something new about C# namespaces. Don't forget to subscribe our YouTube channel if you like this information, and also check the other videos which I have posted previously. Take care.